Hi guys, today I am filming another day in my life inspired video, and today it's going to be inspired by Paul McCartney. I am a big fan of the Beatles. I did do a day in my life inspired by John Lennon a few months ago if you wanted to check that video out. And although I love all the Beatles and I find it really hard to pick a favourite, when asked I usually do say Paul McCartney. I just love his character. I love his enthusiasm, his quirkiness, his humour. I love his passion and energy and just how much he loves his job. And of course his talent. He is so talented. So I'm really looking forward to today, which is going to be all inspired by Paul McCartney. I'm going to start by showing you the outfit I'm wearing today. It is inspired by one of Paul McCartney's looks in the Get Back documentary and Let It Be film. And I'm just wearing a plain white shirt with this black blazer and just some black trousers. I really like McCartney's style. I think it's very smart and also bold. He, especially in his younger days, would wear a lot of very bold jumpers and shirts. And one of his more iconic looks is the colourful knitted vest top that he wore in the Magical Mystery Tour. And you can actually buy something very similar to this online, but the closest I have is this one here, which I picked up because I was inspired by Paul McCartney's knitted vest top, and I just love this top. I wear it quite a lot. I wore it just the other day and I styled it like Paul McCartney with the blue shirt. I also wanted to show you the perfume I'm wearing today. It's this one, and the reason why I want to show it to you is because it is by Stella McCartney, Paul McCartney's daughter. And as you can see, I do not have a lot of it left. I really need to get some more of this. I try not to use it because of how little I have left. I'm literally just trying to hang on to it as long as possible, but I am wearing it today. I also want to show you this one as well. This is also from Stella McCartney, but this is my sister's, and she doesn't have a lot left either. I personally prefer the smell of this one myself, and I really like the top of this one. I was just looking it up, and this perfume is called Stella McCartney Pop, and unfortunately I think it's been discontinued, which is such a shame. You can pick it up though as cheap as £20–30, but I don't know if it's a fake. I'm not sure. That seems too cheap to me. There is one here for £85. Not sure. I will have to look into it. If you know where I can get hold of one of these, can you let me know please, because I really do want to replace it. In my John Lennon inspired day in my life, I showed 5 John Lennon items from my Beatles collection, so I'm going to do that today, but with Paul McCartney. And I'm going to start with this Funko Pop. This Funko Pop means a lot to me because it was one of my first Funko Pops. I bought all 4 of these styled pops of the Beatles, and I unfortunately, actually I do think I have the Paul McCartney box in the loft. 2 of the Beatles I kept the boxes for, and the other 2 I didn't because they were my first pops. I wasn't planning on collecting Funko Pops, so I didn't keep the boxes, but I did for 2 of them. And I think I do have the box for Paul McCartney, but I display him out of the box. And although it's not the best looking pop compared to some of the other pops you see today, which are a lot more detailed, I still really like this pop. It's one of the old classics. I think it's quite hard to get hold of now. It's a pop that's been discontinued. I also wanted to show you this. This is probably one of the most iconic, recognised instruments in pop history. It's of course the Hofner bass guitar, Paul McCartney's Hofner, and I love this, oh, nearly dropped it then, and I love this tiny model of his Hofner, which has its own little display stand. It looks great in the collection. I also have George's guitar, I have the Beatles drums, but I don't have John Lennon's rhythm guitar, unfortunately. I also wanted to show you this t-shirt. This t-shirt is also very special to me because it's the top I bought the first time I saw Paul McCartney perform live in Birmingham, and the tour dates are at the back here. This is when I saw him, which was the 27th of May, and it was in 2015 in Birmingham. He was incredible, amazing. I saw him in December, just gone, blew me away. He had Ringo Starr come out as a guest, and they performed together on stage. One of the best moments of my life. I have done a vlog of that day as well. I did not expect to see Ringo Starr that day, so it was so exciting. And I just love his t-shirt. I think he looks so handsome on the top. I love the UK flag behind him. And strangely, I said that Paul McCartney is probably my favourite member of the Beatles, but I have only got one t-shirt which has just got Paul on, which is really surprising. I've got loads of John Lennon, but only one of Paul. So I will need to buy more tops of just Paul. I kind of want a Wings top. I'm really surprised I don't have a Wings t-shirt. I also have this book. This is from Paul McCartney. It's called 1964 Eyes of the Storm, and it was extremely expensive. I can't remember now if I actually got it on a discount, but it's usually £60. I don't think I paid £60 though. I think I got it slightly cheaper online, but I wanted this as soon as it came out. I held off because of the heavy price tag, but I'm so glad I finally got it. I love the cover. It's one of those, what do you call them, like coffee table books or whatever it's called, just a book that you can have on display, and inside there are some incredible photos. I do plan to show a little bit more of this book today, and I read this from front to back. It was just really nice reading about the 1964 tour through Paul McCartney's words and seeing it through his eyes as well, because the pictures were taken by Paul McCartney. And finally, this is one of my favourite things from my collection, and it's of these limited edition Paul McCartney stamps from the Royal Mail. They are real stamps, but I won't be using these. They are going to stay in my collection, and they came in this little display folder as well. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and have something to eat, because I am feeling quite hungry now. I think it's only about 11 o'clock, but I am feeling hungry now, so I will be, getting something to eat. Paul McCartney is a long-standing advocate for animal rights and vegetarianism. He has been a vegetarian since 1975. His late wife, Linda McCartney, was as well, and she released a range of different vegetarian and vegan foods. And a few weeks ago, I went and bought a load of Linda McCartney foods to try. And one of the things I tried, I loved, like really, really loved. And I have bought it again because I liked it so much. And it is these. They are cheese and leek plats, and the pastry was just gorgeous. So I'm really excited to have another one of these today. I also wanted to show you the plate and the cup I'm going to be using today to eat, which might sound a little random, but it's because they are by Jane Asher, and Jane Asher was Paul McCartney's girlfriend from 1963 to 68. And this cup is also by her. She has a range in Home Bargains, and I think these look so pretty. I love the decoration on them. I was actually drawn to them first of all because I like the look of them, and as soon as I realised they were by Jane Asher, I had to buy them. And here it is. I don't know what's going on here though. Seems to have split, but I'm very excited to eat this. I'm now going to watch the film Give My Regards to Broad Street, which stars Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, as well as their wives Linda and Barbara. And it also contains songs by the Beatles, Wings, as well as some Paul McCartney solo songs. I have watched this film a number of times. I really like it, but I haven't seen it in some time, so I'm excited to watch it today.
Here, mate. Stick your moniker on there, will you? My wife likes your music. I don't. But I'll get lynched if I goes home without it.
That mightn't be such a bad idea.
You're right. That's the spirit. Keep it up.
What I'm going to do now is look through this book. I want to show you some of the pictures inside because they're so nice. So how the photographs are organised is he's done it in sections of the locations he went to. And we start in Liverpool, and there's some information there from Paul McCartney. It's really interesting read. And then we have all of Paul's photographs. And then Paul himself, in his words, has written a bit of information under the photos. Got John there, a rare photo of him in the Buddy Holly glasses. And what I find interesting is Paul said that the photos with these crosses on are his personal favourites. A photo there of Mal Evans. And what I also love is when we get to the Miami photos, Paul ends up switching to colour because he said that it was just so bright and sunny there that he thought colour worked better, which I would have to agree. These are some great photos. And there's a little bit down here from Paul that really choked me up when I read it. I love and miss them both dearly. I can't do this Paul McCartney Day in My Life video without listening to some of his music. And so I've decided to listen to his first solo album, which is McCartney. I think this is a great album. I think it contains some great tracks. Motor cars, handlebars, bicycles for two, broken-hearted Jubilee. Man, we was lonely, yes, we was lonely, and we was hard-pressed to find a smile. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you. One of the most beautiful love ballads in my opinion. After all that singing, I'm feeling really hungry, so I'm now going to go and get something to eat. For dinner, I'm going to have one of these vegetarian mozzarella burgers from Linda McCartney. I have had this before, not that long ago actually, and I really liked it. I was so surprised. I thought it tasted very similar to beef burgers, and I thought the cheese inside really gave it a nice flavour. So I am looking forward to having another one of these. I think if I was ever to decide to go vegetarian, I could easily replace my beef burgers with these. I'm now going to spend the rest of the evening singing along to more Paul McCartney songs while watching his Back in the US concert film. In between songs are clips of behind the scene footage of Paul and the band, the fans, lots of extras, warm-up songs. There's lots of stuff included. I'm going to have a lot of fun this evening singing along to more Paul McCartney. So live and let die. It's quite late now, and so I'm going to end the day by doing some reading, and I'm going to read Hey Granddude, which is only a children's picture book, But the reason I'm going to read this book is because it's written by Paul McCartney. Paul has written 2 children's books. This is the first one, Hey Granddude. And then the second one is Granddude's Green Submarine. And of course I had to buy both books because they're by Paul, and I've got the hardback editions. Even though it is just a children's book, I really enjoyed reading this. When I did, I really liked the pictures. Em picked out a postcard with a picture of a sandy beach and sparkling blue waters. "I wish we could go there, Granddude," she said. "Well, let's see what we can do." Granddude reached into his coat pocket and took out a shiny compass. He gave the compass a rub and waved it over the postcard. The needle started to spin round and round. "See the compass needle spin? Let the magic fun begin." Then in a flash of magic, zing, bang, sizzle, everything changed. The children were standing on a golden beach, with little waves tickling their toes. The water felt beautifully cool. With a final flash of magic, the children were changed and ready for bed. Their teeth were brushed, their faces were washed, and they were all tucked up tight. And in 5 minutes flat, Tom and Bob and Lucy and Em were fast asleep, dreaming of their next adventures. See the compass needle spin, let the magic fun begin. Good night, Granddude. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.